right, hit the intro, Dana. I'm coasting on this one, dude. I'm working on like 2 brain cells.
All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Banya. Back after a little hiatus, got myself, Dana Lundquist, and the indubitable Luke Manuel,
No doubt,
co-host. And tonight we have a return guest in Steve Benton. So Steve is a BJJ brown belt, and still a brown belt, be a black belt before we know it, I'm sure. And he's back to join us to talk about what he's been doing lately, the last 6 months or so, life, and just everything else. So welcome, Steve.
Thanks, man.
welcome, brother.
Good to be back.
Hell
Good to
yeah,
be back.
Absolutely.
Such a positive force, man.
For real.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, I mean, in that line, Dana brought it up. The Brother Built. It's Brothers Built or Brother Built?
Brotherhood Built.
Brotherhood Built. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So cool organization. Started 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, so we started in March. And it was actually like just a conversation. It was just having a conversation, and we were like, me and another guy, Marius. Both of us were like seeing something we wanted to do, like bring a space for men to kind of give a safe space where men can talk about things that maybe they just can't talk about around their families or around their significant others, or, you know, maybe it's just generally like when you're around a group of men too, you're able to maybe have more come out than you would like just in like a therapy session or something.
Right.
And so from there, it was like that conversation. I knew instantly, like, Billy. I mean, you guys have had Billy on. A lot of us know Billy. He's just an awesome human, and I knew this was like an alignment exactly with what he's doing.
Billy Collin.
Yes, he's awesome, and one of the other co-founders. And then Ivan was at the time friends with Marius, and Ivan is another guy very passionate about just men's mental health and just growth. And generally, like, that's the thing, is like we just want a space where guys can get together, and it's like everybody's pushing each other to grow, everybody's pushing each other to be better. And yeah, that's really been the whole crux of it, is like just trying to keep that the main thing, you know, trying to put these events on and keep people, like, keep the goal the main goal. Like, we're not trying to be the leaders, we're not trying to be the people in charge. We want people, it's just guys getting together,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, having space.
I like to, like, anecdotally, I like to take everything back to, like, the hunter-gatherer way of living, like what our body and mind was kind of like programmed to be, right? And like you think of like a movie like Apocalypto. Have you seen that? Mel Gibson's Apocalypto?
I think I've seen it. Like, not one of the ones.
So
that
they're
I've,
living
like,
in the jungle, hunting. You know, the men go out, they go hunting. The women are back at the camp. It's like, you know, there probably was a semblance of like that kind of like brotherhood, you know, since the beginning of civilization. I mean, yeah, just groups of men getting together and like actually living together. And like these days, you know, it's like you get past your 20s and like your friends start trickling away. You're living wherever, families wherever, and you get a little isolated as a man for sure. You know, and it's like we've embraced this like stoic, you suck it up. You know, nobody gives a shit about your feelings, dude.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, I know personally from being in a jiu-jitsu gym where I have all these comrades, it is a better way to live when you're surrounded by other manly men. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like-minded, like trying to better themselves, and like you mentioned, having a safe space for people to talk and men to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I think hearing someone talk about their struggles, things that they're going through, it gives you the permission to then, not like permission, but you get the idea, like it gives you the permission.
I mean, kind of
in your
is
own
comfortable.
head.
A lot
Right, it's your
of
own
times it is
permission.
permission, man.
Yeah.
Because like people, like you said, Luke, people grow up their whole lives hearing like, you know, suck it up, be a man. You know, be a man. The stigma of be a man is like hide your feelings,
Be your own
don't
island.
show emotion, be on an island and not like reach out to anybody for help. And like hearing and having other guys be willing to share and be willing. And like a really cool thing that we introduced, and anybody listening as a men's group, this was super cool that we did. when somebody said something that maybe resonated with you, we just like silently raise your hand. And like what that did is like maybe you could hear the person saying it, but when like 6 people raise their hand in the group, you're like, oh shit, like other people have actually experienced that. It's not just this person. We're not anomalies. It's like this is a common thing.
Does that ever backfire where guys are getting into some super embarrassing shit and everybody's like,
Honestly, it hasn't. I mean, sometimes people will have like something that's pretty, substantial in their life that other people haven't experienced directly. But the overall thing is like most of the time, like other people have been through at least something similar.
Yeah, can relate for sure.
So tell us about some of the events you guys have already done. You're doing a monthly event, right? So tell us about some of those that you guys have already gone through.
Yeah, so we started off. We did a hike around Tempe Town Lake, ruck, really. A couple people didn't bring rucks, but it was just kind of like a walk, a couple miles. Then we just met at the marina, sat out, talked, had our little circle. The powwows are usually like, really what we do is like we just circle up, throw out like, we like to do like, hey, if anybody wants to share something that maybe they're grateful for in the week or something that maybe like has since the last Brotherhood Built has like been positive for you. Sure. Kind of share that just to open the floor, and then also like we kind of go around, introduce ourselves, and you can say something or just be like, I'm grateful for this. It gives you space. And we did that, and then had the circle up where we kind of just opened the floor to like people sharing maybe struggles. Like, the crazy part about it is, man, we've had 6 events, right? We've done we did Papago, and then we did 2 hikes out up north, about 2-hour drive. We carpooled. Both of them were really good turnouts. It was awesome, and it was very very kind of secluded. Luke's got to do a checkup.
Crying kids.
But it was having I can't remember where I was going with that. So we had the hikes up north, and then the local stuff. But in all of them, like for the most part, we've been growing every time, or at least having new people. Yeah. And then the guys who have been there since day one, if they miss one, they're like, oh man, I can't wait for the next one. You know, everybody's on it. Like people want to be there. Yeah. And it's really cool because we've had guys like get jobs because of it. Like a guy shared about it, like having, without sharing his story, he had struggles in his job, and somebody else in the group was like, well, actually my company's hiring. And now this guy works for that company.
That's awesome.
And that's a connection from that, just from giving that
Yeah, it's good. And using that, that's the community that we need as men. As people, but as men specifically, because we have to have that outlet and have a way to connect. That's great to make connections that way. I would imagine part of your goals is to make these connections, to have people be able to better their life in every way possible.
Absolutely. And honestly, like, it started off, it was just like get people together, and now it's like, okay, like where can we take this? Like we're talking about 501c-ing, starting to be able to like have people on some kind of retainer where they're like, like Billy is working through getting different certifications in like mental performance coaching. Like I have personal training and coaching background as well. And then, guys like Ivan's a full-time photographer and like marketer. Okay. And, Marius is also a trainer. And then we have other guys in the group who are like really solid trainers, or guys who do like body work and things like that. And it's like, if we got to a space where we could offer those things for free and just like, paid these guys their rate via the 501c, it would be amazing, because we could offer these like transformative services. Like, I don't know what the 501c thing for like psychedelic integration would be, but like that would be insane if we could offer that via 501c. I'm sure there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through for that, but
Richard Nixon,
things like that, but just like it's become like we can like we're talking like maybe we get people on the other side of the country like hosting events and just just start branching out that way, and see how many men we can impact with it.
Yeah.
It's been super fun, and just like I said, the connection, the level of just like people helping each other. We got people helping with car troubles. We got people helping with, house troubles. People doing different, services for one another. I've traded a handful of services with people. Like I've trained them, and they've, I had a guy massage me, or different other services that like we both provide and that we can trade, and it becomes a really cool system. It brings you back to, like you were saying, hunter-gatherer. It's like you get back to that level of bartering, and it brings out like there's something really beautiful about that.
Yeah, dude, that movie nailed that what that was so well too. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like they're like digging into each other, they're like making fun. It's all in Mayan. It's like a native.
Okay.
It's not even in English. I don't know if you remember, but they're making fun of each other. They're laughing, like they're really
ribbing on each
pissing,
other.
Pissing each other off. But they love each other. It's just like that bond is so important, and it's kind of gone away.
I could see finding some organizations or somebody who wants to put investment into that. Not like a lot, but like people who are invested in just creating these spaces like this to help kind of seed that. Obviously, like as a nonprofit wanting to be able to expand this and grow, it's a good point you say, having somebody on the other side of the country. I have a friend who I used to work with at my previous job, and I went back to do a training for my new job in Chicago, and he happened to be there. It was where our old headquarters was, and I saw him there. And we worked out one night, and we got to talking, and he was going through just overall health stuff. He had like gut issues, and had to redo basically fixing his health. And part of what he did to get through that is he found some group, I don't know exactly what it was, where they would get together on Saturday mornings, and they'd bring sandbags and kettlebells and all the stuff
like a
that you
workout
do.
Group,
and that's actually in St. Louis, which you're from St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
So, exactly. So, anyways, like if I got to talk to him more and see what he's doing with that, but that could be an in at least to start branching out.
And St. Louis, it'd be a great place for me too, because a lot of my family's still out there. So but yeah, man, that's kind of where we're trying to go with it. Is just kind of, right now, biggest thing is just affect people. Yeah. So just be a positive change. Be a light. Try to do the work on myself. Like, I do everything I can. I do the meditation, journaling. I do EMDR therapy now because of Billy. Handfuls of other things. So it's just practicing it helps me, like, force me to want to practice what I preach even more so.
For sure. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I got guys who, if I'm gonna preach it, or not even preach it, but if I'm gonna say like this is something that could help. Yeah. Like, I would want to be like, this is something that has helped me.
For sure.
And so I gotta try it all. Huh?
Yeah, be the example.
Exactly.
Be the change you want to see. And that just shows people, hey, like, you lead by example with that as well. And not even to like forget to have grace for yourself as well. When you don't, I think we talked about this last time actually, is having grace to not beat yourself up. But, if you have a day where you don't achieve those goals, or you're like, I missed out on this, like, you got it tomorrow. It's a brand new day.
Yeah, it's the journey is never. I saw, actually, this was randomly popped in my head, but there was a girl who was posting about her sobriety journey, and it was like talking about, the journey never being linear. Yeah. And she goes through, she's like, 3 months sober, she takes a picture, and 6 months sober, 9 months sober, like little video, and then a year sober, and then a year and 2 months sober, and then it's like 3 days sober, and then it's like 2 months sober, and then it's like 1 day sober, and then it's like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 day, and then it jumps, and the cool message about that is like, the issue, it's not a failure until you stop.
Yeah.
It's not a failure until you're like, all right, this is it. I'm just going to do drugs until you quit on it.
Yeah.
That's when it's a failure. Otherwise, it's just a stepping stone in that journey. And it's the same thing with, like, self-growth is always going to be that. Like, you're not going to have every day where you're like, I got up, Ashton guy on Instagram gets up at like 3 a.m., writes in his journal, puts lemons in his eyes. Yeah. Like that, he does not do that every day. Everybody knows it, but it drew a bunch of following because it's crazy.
Well, and that it's that whole misconception where all these influencers who are doing these things, like, and then you see one day where they don't follow that, and you're like, I'm done following them.
This guy.
It's like, come on, like, you got to recognize everybody's human, no matter how strict you want to be. Like, you got to have some grace for that and recognize that not everybody, can follow that, or even if you're the one, leading it. Like, these people are on their own journey, and they're using their platform or whatever it is to say, hey, here's what you can do, even if I can't do this every single day.
Absolutely.
It's not a failure, like you said.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like, it's the same literally with anything. Like, you're gonna go through ups and downs. You're gonna have grand successes, and you're gonna have grand failures.
Sure.
But the problem, and then it comes back to, like, is it really a failure?
Yeah.
It's a failure if you're like, all right, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's not a failure, it's just a step.
Yeah.
If you're like, all right, I'm gonna, get back to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I thought about this a lot with my previous job as I was growing as a salesperson, and one of my managers, we talked about how I felt like I was at a plateau. Like, you're growing, you're learning, you're doing really well in sales, as you learn, you're like, cool, I've learned this new thing, and you feel good about it, and you're kind of growing. You do, at some point, and this goes for everything, you hit plateaus. And the goal at that point is to recognize the plateau, and recognize you're on it, and be like, okay, I'm at a plateau. That means that I'm going to be flat for a little while, and accepting that, and that's okay. You may even go down a little bit, just for whatever it is. Life gets in the way. You can't train for, instead of 4 days a week, you go 3, whatever it is. But recognizing that it is going to go back up and saying, okay, I know where I'm at right now. These things have to take precedent, or whatever it is. And then recognizing there's going to be another uptick. You got to keep moving towards that uptick, and then you'll have another plateau. And it continues to happen.
Yeah, but it looks like this.
And that's on the micro scale. So, like, if you take a graph, right, you have every little tick mark, and you see every little bump and every little plateau.
But the more you bring it out, it's like...
Exactly. Yeah, and it's that, or it's a curve, or,
you get the exponential curve.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, over time is what, we should really be looking at is how that growth happens.
Absolutely.
That 1% better every day is exponential. It grows rapidly once you start to realize that.
Absolutely. There's I think it's in... the compound effect, the water hyacinth, and he talks about, like, you double up, it's doubling, it's just the penny thing, but you double it they double every day by whatever their reproduction is. But essentially, like, it looks like nothing's on the lake by, like, week 1.5, right? And then you hit, like, week 3, and it's like half the lake, right? And then it doubles and it's filled, and so it's that exponential growth. It's like, I almost don't want to say don't interrupt it, because, like, sure, you can interrupt it, but you have to stay on the path. Yeah. It's when you interrupt it and you let that little roller coaster start taking you down, and then you get into this, like, pessimism, and you stop wanting to do the thing. It happens with Jiu-Jitsu. That's, like, where the blue belt blues, and people quit at blue belt a lot. They start falling down that path, and they're just like, dude, I don't want to go back because they're going to be able to beat me. Yep. I don't want to do this because and it's the same with anything. Sales, right. If I step back in, like, I'm not going to sell shit. Like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. And it's like, well, you have to. Yeah, there's no other option. You have no choice. You got to keep going. Yeah, just do it, or else you're just going to be the guy who didn't. Yeah. And then you got a new job, or you stopped jiu-jitsu, and you're a statistic. Yeah, right. There you go. All right, I'm cooking. I need a cold plunge. We could jump out real quick. Take a dip. Boom, yeah. This episode of the Banya is brought to you by Optimize. Optimize is a health and wellness center run by Jesse Meringue, a fellow training partner of ours. They've got amazing center. They've got your cold plunge, your sauna, the infrared, the hot tub, compression therapy, as well as this PEMF therapy. It's like pulse electromagnetic field. It's amazing. Feels crazy, like you get that electro stim. But the idea is you've got a time in there for an hour to switch between different therapies. You can go from the sauna to the cold plunge to the hot tub. Feels amazing. Luke and I just did that last week, and absolutely, it was incredible. So if you're looking to recover from any sort of athletics or just to feel better, go check out Optimize.
And for anybody, the listeners, if you just tell them you heard it on the Banya, they'll give you 50% off your first session. So I believe normally it's $39 for the first session for an hour. So it'll be half that. So go check them out. It's an amazing place.
I was talking to Billy about put some long-term potential goals for the Brotherhood Built thing too. So in my hometown, it's a really old town. It was founded in like the 1840s in California. Mm-hmm. It's an old mining town, and these guys, including my great-great-grandfather, they built this club. It's a men's club. It's called the Rifle Rod and Gun Club.
Okay.
And they all built this cabin together up in the mountains on this lake. And so it was like this retreat that everybody, like nobody owned it, but everybody just paid membership fees. Mm-hmm. And it was like a man's club. And like their wives could come up and visit or whatever, but they couldn't be like a part of the club, right? And so it was like
stay a week or something.
Yeah, and so like that was like in the 50s. So like it would be super cool for you guys to get something like that one day, where you had like a physical retreat like that you guys owned. You know what I mean, like up by a lake or something, and just like a place where you guys could gather like a regular basis out away from the city and stuff.
That'd be
Absolutely.
cool.
That's one of the things like Billy like the four of us have really talked about that as well. Like 501c is kind of the first step, and then being able to like get a facility that is essentially the base of the 501c, where now you could run retreats for like workouts or massage or whatever, and it could be ran out of there. And so then it's all for the charity of Brotherhood Built. Mm-hmm. And so then it could be free for people, or like maybe like you said, a membership fee or something. I don't really know how super deep in the 501c game yet. Like I've done like some ChatGPT research and stuff, but I'm not like, I want to, like I've talked to a couple of the veteran clubs, companies that help with like veterans starting different businesses about it, and I'm still kind of I got some generic research on it so far, but that's where we want to take it, is like get something like even if it's not like a cabin far away, something local that's just like a brick and mortar that we could like have as the hangout, and like we could build out different
throw
stuff
some mats in there.
Have some mats, and it could be like club for jiu-jitsu, and then it's like it has like workout equipment that people can use, and then people can host different things out of there as well, and so and then offer it for like company retreats and things like that. So obviously that's a little bit down the road, but like I said, right now a big thing is like just keep helping people, because it has helped. Like,
it's a great idea.
We've had guys who've really had some big turnarounds because of it.
Nice.
Just being able to share things and like having people recognize that they have people in their corner.
I mean, dude, community and family, that's like, it's what keeps people on the right path, really. Like, it's like all those homeless people are homeless because they've lost their families or communities, and whether it was their fault or not, they didn't have that support, and that's where they are. So rebuilding that is, I mean, that's, it's not putting a Band-Aid on the problem, it's actually fixing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that, and I was actually also talking to Billy during the last session on this one too. Something like in the vein of what you guys are doing, which like applies to, I think it's just good for people to have anyways. And I first heard my daughter's sensei at karate talking about this, and it's like his sensei passed away, so he was like looking, and this guy's 7 years old, and so he's looking for his sensei now. This guy's like a coral belt of karate, but he even needs a sensei, and it's like it's something
to find somebody that
you go through life. It doesn't matter if you're 80 years old, you try to find somebody that is your your sensei, like your coach through life. You know what I'm saying? And so like, beyond just like a brotherhood, I mean, I think there's a huge market. I don't think a lot of people even like realize that and I was lucky. I had coaches growing up my whole life, and I still talk to my coach on Friday. I talk to them a lot, and they're kind of there with you for forever. And it's like, having that person, and I think it does probably need to be built around something. You know, it's like not like you just walk up to anybody and be like, "Can you be my coach?" You know, like having
a mentor of some sort.
But whether it's like something you guys are both passionate about, like as a hobby or a sport or through work, like having that elder in your life to help guide you, because you know it's like you're. Without that, like if you have those people around in your life, like, and you don't ask them questions when shit gets hard, like you're losing out on decades of personal experience, you know? And so like that's something that I think through your guys' program people are going to start realizing too, especially because you and Billy are really good coaches. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I know Billy doesn't coach jiu-jitsu specifically, but he has that.
He has a coach.
He does. Yeah. And like I recognize that straight up because I know I don't. And so like, you know, like the extra amount of time it takes, like really working with people and stuff and being super patient, it's a special skill, dude. Yeah. And you know, you and Billy got that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's like on that same token too, I don't necessarily think that the person even needs to be older than you, just more skilled in the thing.
Well, yeah, Billy's younger than me, and he could be my coach.
But like, yeah, somebody who's got a better skill level in whatever the thing is, and that could be, you know, it's like you said, business or wrestling or jiu-jitsu or anything. It's just the person can offer you insight that through experience that you haven't gotten.
Sure.
And like. That's the quickest way around any issue is like talk to somebody who's already been through it and see how they got through it. Yeah. And that's like, and then apply it. You know, don't just listen.
And you may not get the exact blueprint, but you'll get what's going to, at least something that has worked.
Honestly,
and see your way through that.
Even if the advice you're getting is wrong and it doesn't work out, but that person cares about you and they're trying to help you move in the correct direction. Like I've had that through like competing in wrestling where a coach, you know, maybe gives bad advice or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Having that person in your corner is what matters. Yeah. Like in knowing that they're there, that alone is worth, like it makes going through harder times easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like to your point, the age, like the skill set, that's not as, and like that's the thing that like you and Billy have, that whatever it is, you know, it almost doesn't matter, you know. It's like, and I think you and Billy think differently about these things than most people do too, which is what makes you equipped to even want to do this or be able to do it. But like I said, just having that positive influence, like somebody's got your back, that can get you through the hardest times.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. And that's kind of what we want to develop just in general in the group too. Like we don't want it to be limited to like, oh yeah, like you said, me and Billy are solid at coaching, but like we want people to be like, throw it in the Discord and like people are like, oh dude, here's some advice, like I've been through this, here's some stuff, you know. And we have that, you know, we have people post in our Discord and like kind of talk about the different things that they're going through, or maybe the struggles that they're having, and it just opens up a really cool space for anybody to be that for somebody else, to have been through the thing, to have been through whatever the struggle, and like to offer that little piece, even if it's like something small, like that worked only for them, that won't really work for anybody else. So like, oh, I drove my Maserati around. Well, like, yeah, that's not going to work for everybody, but like drive your car, you know, or like, you know, bum a ride off of somebody and just drive around.
Take a ride. I love that, actually. That's one of my like best kind of centering things is long drives. Yeah. Whether it's actually sometimes in silence or listening to a podcast, like it's kind of nice. And I used to do that for my last job a lot. Not as much now, and it was a lot of thinking time that I don't get. I can't be looking at my phone. You know, now if I'm sitting there at my desk, I've got some time, like inevitably pick up my phone. It's just like, oh my god. So yeah.
Have you heard of the Brick?
Yes, I have.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, I know, and I don't need a new phone, but I was looking at switching back to Verizon and looking at, you know, new phones. I'm like, if I'm gonna get a new phone, like, is there one that I can get that's limited things on it that I can do?
The Brick's like $40, dude, and then you can brick it, and then you don't, and like the only way you can unbrick it is if you have your brick. it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's good tool.
Yeah, I'll have to check it
Good
out.
tool. It just gets like, I mean, you pick the apps that you want blocked or that you want to be allowed,
Right.
and then you just hit it. Now it's bricked. The only way you can unbrick it is like to be back at the thing. So like, it's nice for if like you're going out or going somewhere and you're like, all I want is my like cell phone, like to call.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a bummer that exists.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's a
it has to
necessity.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm cooking again. I'm going to get out.
I'm always
Yeah.
ready for help. I'm ready to get out. All right, Dana, I got to hear this elk kill story.
I gotta
Oh, okay.
the hunt, dude.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, I got drawn for elk for archery for the first time ever, and first time putting in. So, if anybody does hunt and you've been putting in for years and haven't gotten it, sorry. I got it my first year. I got lucky. But because of that, once I got the tag, I was like, all right, well, I got to put the work in to make sure that I do everything I possibly can to take advantage of this, because not everybody gets this opportunity. So I'm like, I'm going to do this. So I took up archery a little over a year ago with the goal of hunting. I was like, hey, if I'm going to go hunt, I can do it with a rifle. I'm a good shot, but I want to do this the tough way. I want to do it as hard as possible because I want to earn that and really, really be able to earn that animal and kind of get into nature a little bit more, right?
You stopped at compound bow though, dude.
I did, yeah. Well,
You gotta get a recurve.
I'll do a recurve. I'll do that maybe next year. Or I'll try
and then
it
you
out
gotta
for
make your own bow.
that'll be the last step. So so I got drawn. So the hunt started September 12th. Went out for that first weekend, and me and my buddy Ian, we went out and we were looking in an area where there was just sign everywhere. You couldn't go 10 feet without stepping on elk shit. Not all of it new and fresh, but it was everywhere. So they were in the area. So we're hunting around for 3 days straight. We see one bull, and it was a bull tag, so just the male. Saw a few cows, but just one bull that whole weekend for, we hiked like 23 odd miles. So pretty disappointing. So I knew I was going to go back the next weekend, and couldn't get anybody to go with me, so I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go by myself, and I gotta do this. Fortunate enough to have Todd loan me his side-by-side, which helped tremendously. But I go out last Friday, so the second weekend, and I leave here at like 2 a.m. to get up there, really get in the hunt area before the sun comes up. So get out there, it's like 4:30 when I'm in the hunting area. And it's still pitch black. It's like overcast. So the sun hadn't come up. So it's just basically completely dark. And I'm in the middle of the forest. So, and I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you go camping, you're like in the middle of the forest at nighttime. It's kind of creepy. Like you're in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, anything could be out there, dude.
And there could be anything out there. Exactly. So I'm out there and it didn't even cross my mind. I was just like, I'm out here. I'm here to hunt. I was really like just getting into just one with nature. So it's probably an hour before the sun comes up. So I'm just waiting in the hunt area. Like basically sit up by a tree, just sit on the ground and just kind of wait until the sun starts to come up. Get a nice little rain going, which was cool. So I throw my poncho on. I'm just like huddled right next to this tree, just kind of silently listening to everything going on, just trying to hear if I can hear any elk around or anything like that. So sun starts to come up and I start hiking up this hill, and I'm going like about 100 yards, and I'll pause and wait and I'll listen, and at that point the rain had stopped, no wind, so it's just dead silent. You hear like little creatures moving around or whatever, but there was nothing. So yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm literally hearing my heartbeat as I walk up. So I'll go like another 100 yards, and I'll sit, and I'll wait, and I'll listen. So I do that for about an hour or so, and all of a sudden I'm coming up, and I stop, and I hear something off in the bushes, probably like somewhere between 30 and 50 yards away. So I'm like, all right, I freeze. And that whole time, actually, I had my arrow knocked from the very beginning, because I didn't want to miss an opportunity. I was going to be ready the second I hear something, because I didn't want to miss it. Because actually, I didn't say this before, that the week prior when I saw that bull, we literally walked up on it. It was like 30 yards away, had its head down. I know my back was to it. My buddy Ian, he saw it. He's like, dude, there's an elk right behind you. So like I try and turn around and draw my bow back, and as soon as I do, he takes off. So like I'm not going to miss this opportunity again. So So I've got my arrow knocked. I'm ready to go as soon as I hear something. So I hear something in the bushes, something like 30 to 50 yards away. So I draw back. I hadn't even really seen it yet. I'm ready. So it walks right in front of me, and I'm guessing it's about 30 yards away. And it stops right where its vitals are, right behind a tree. So I'm just sitting there holding, and it feels like 5 minutes, right? It's probably like maybe 2 minutes where I'm just holding back.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is. And it's not, that's the thing, it's not a lot of weight. Like at that point, once you draw back, it drops down to like 15-20% of your bow weight. So it was only about 15 pounds, but still, just holding the bow up completely steady. So my heart is just pounding through my chest, right? Breath is like, probably like 2 breaths a second. I'm just like going, not that fast, but it was fast. I'm like, all right. Slow your breath down. Take some deep breaths. I'm still trying to calm down, but my sight
somehow helped you though.
What?
Like having to hold it for 2 minutes, like
a
really
little
calming
bit
down. Maybe if you would have popped a shot off earlier. You might
I don't think so. No, I mean it didn't hurt because I'll get to it in a second, but I did draw down because of like that. I'm holding too long, and my sight is just bouncing all over the place, so I'm not able to really get a clean shot. So I'm like, all right, I got to draw down. It's not moving. So I draw it down, and as soon as I do, it runs. But it only goes like 10, 15 feet, and then it stops. I'm like, all right, cool. So I just pause there for a second. I'm like crouched down so it doesn't see me. So I look over at it, and it stops right in between, like just beyond. But there was 2 trees right in front of it between me and the elk. So there's like a 2-foot box. So you've got 2 trees about a couple feet from each other. And then there's a branch going across and a branch going across below. Shit. So I've got like a 2-foot box that I got to fit between to be able to hit this. But it's perfectly lined up with their vitals. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I draw back while standing, and I'm looking, and I go, well, actually, even before that, let me back up. I thought it was 30 yards the first shot. So I'm like, okay. So once I draw down and it pauses, I'm like, let me range this and see where it's at. So I'm able to range it. And it's actually 45 yards. So if I had shot that 30-yard shot, I likely would have missed or hit it in the leg or something else. So I get the 45-yard shot, and I'm like, okay, 45 yards. I know now where I need to shoot. I draw back, standing up, and I see if I shoot from there, I'm probably going to hit one of these branches. And they're not big branches, but it doesn't take much for the...
Fuck the arrow, yeah.
Yeah, it's a mechanical broadhead, so it doesn't open up until it hits something. Mm-hmm. So if it hits that branch, it's going to open up, and who knows what the arrow's going to do. So I realize I got to crouch down in order to hit this box. So I'm drawn back, I crouch down, and I'm just sitting there watching. It's not moving. I'm just like, all right, this is it. I got to hit it.
YOLO.
So I pull the index release and let the arrow fly and drilled it. I think right in the lungs is where I thought I hit it. I'm like, that looked like a good shot. I'm like, my heart is through the roof. I'm just pounding. I'm like, oh my God, did I get it? I knew I hit it, but just where? So I'm worried it's going to just take off and run, because then you got to chase it and try and do blood trail and so on. So I run over, try and see where it's at, and it keeps running for probably 50, maybe 100 yards, and then it just lays down. And so I'm like, all right, so that was a good shot. So I look over, and you can see like the bubbles are coming out of his chest. So like
so you got
that
the
means
lungs,
it's a lung shot.
Yeah.
So I hit it right in the lungs. I think I at least hit one of the lungs, if not both of them.
Sucking chest wound.
Yeah, exactly. So then it's laying there, and I don't know, like, do I just let it die out? Like, I knew it was struggling, so I'm like, I'm gonna put another arrow in it just to make sure, like, I don't want it to suffer. So I do put another arrow into it, and that one went in its heart, and then I caught the stomach a little bit, unfortunately. So it wasn't bad, didn't like ruin any of the meat, but caught the stomach. So
yeah, that's the only arrow from your picture I saw. I was like, would you shoot it up the ass?
yeah, you can see it like kind of below the chest a little bit. So that's why.
Kind of the stomach, yeah.
So yeah, man,
sick,
nailed it. It was a little guy, just a little spiker, but I got an elk my first time archery hunting, and it was all by myself. And I attribute getting it to that, like, sitting down beforehand and just kind of becoming one with the forest. Really, I just kind of centered myself. I just breathed and just kind of chilled. So I think that's what I attribute it to the most, is just really getting into it, locking in exactly. So then, right, of
Trudging
course,
through. Yeah.
I'm like, as soon as I get it, like, I'm just ecstatic. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to clean this thing now. So I messaged the morning guys who they said they would help me pack it out if I get one. So I'm like, hey, guys, I'm going to need some help.
Yeah.
And they're all at Jiu-Jitsu class. It's Friday. So it's like, it was 6:30 at the time.
Yeah.
So I got to wait till 7 o'clock. And then they start calling, like, they're like, dude, I got a meeting. I got this. I got work. It's in the middle of the day. I thought you were going to get Saturday. I'd be up there. I'm like, crap. All right, well, I got to do this myself.
Yeah.
Which I was going to need to start cleaning it anyways myself because I wouldn't be up there for 2 hours at least. But still, I'm just like, this is just all me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all right, well, here we go. I got to get all my kill kit out and start working to skin this thing, which I'd never done. Never cleaned an elk or any large animal, just fish.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
YouTube.
Watching YouTube videos. I had some downloaded. I knew it was like, inevitably I'm going to be by myself.
Yeah.
So I had YouTube videos and watching, like, all right, I know what to do. I know what to start. And started skinning it and ended up like 6 hours later, finally finishing as much as I could in the amount of time I had to get the meat on ice as soon as possible. So, yeah, then I packed it out. Took me 3 trips to get it out. And fortunately, I parked this side-by-side. It was only 300 yards from where I shot it. So I was like, all right, this is
not a super bad trek.
No, not at all. Like, the weekend prior, we were like miles away from the truck. So
yeah, you were would
have been a struggle. It would have taken a lot. So I left a little more meat than I'd like to, but I just ran out of time, and I got a lot. When I took it to the butcher on Monday, they weighed it all, including the leg, like the bones, was 107 pounds. So not bad. So, and then I'm gonna have them do a Euro mount of the head. So it'll be cool to have that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was pretty awesome.
Dude. That's sick.
I gotta say, for those of you who don't know Luke super well or what he's all about, incredible person, incredible human being. Obviously, we talk about everything on the podcast, but he helped me tremendously that day. He had a refrigerator truck from his business that was up in Flagstaff at the time, and was willing to have yeah. Thanks, Pete.
I was ready to come up from Preston.
You were there as well, yeah. But just getting that resource to be able to take the meat and put it in the refrigerator truck up there, so I didn't have to buy 30 pounds of ice and pack it in the truck and try and keep it cold
the whole time.
Yeah. So very blessed to have that, and he helped with that, but just in general, everything in life, Luke is always the first one to want to help out somebody who needs it. He doesn't think about what you can do for him. He's just like, hey, what can I do for you?
I'm struggling today, dude.
It goes back. It's funny. It goes back to like what JFK said about your country, but this is just about your community, right? Ask not what your community can do for you. Ask what you can do for your community,
yeah.
and Luke embodies that. So. For everybody who doesn't know,
wait, you didn't get my invoice in the mail?
Yeah, it's coming.
You're the man. Wait, what the fuck is this?
I'll have some meat for you, so that'll be you. I'll pay you in meat.
Perfect.
Yeah, man, it was a cool experience. Like exactly what I could have imagined when thinking about going out hunting elk. The hardest thing you'll ever do, hunting elk with a bow. You're not sitting there glassing out over a huge field looking at the elk 300 yards out with a rifle scope. You're in close. You got to get within 60 yards at most to make a clean shot. And
so you said you ended up at 50, right?
45.
Oh, 45.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, dude. I was telling Kara this. Like, you busted your ass for that, dude. So
yeah,
you earned it, man.
I'll tell you what, man.
Well earned for sure.
Lower back,
a lot of
legs, just skinning that thing, bending over for 5.5, 6 hours. It is a lot harder than anybody might think, especially by yourself with nobody to help you hold the legs back to cut this back and that and whatever. So
using your shoulder and stuff.
Oh yeah, shoulder and legs and everything you possibly can. So
getting up in there like Luke Skywalker in what are they called?
In oh yeah.
Tauntaun.
Yeah. But yeah, anybody think about doing it, like, put the work in. It's hard, but it's very rewarding if you put the work in to do it.
I'm ready to go.
Well, I know when we were talking.
Halloween is coming up.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to put in for Halloween. You should do that for your recurve. And you telling me like I want to go out there and hunt with you at the recurve and just run around through the forest and this, which I'm like, cool, that sounds awesome. But
jump out of a tree.
Yeah. Like
just kick shit up.
It gives a different kind of experience, and just thinking about like we were watching video or listening to videos on the way up as to what to look for, what to do, right, to try and stalk one. And sound is one thing, right? But sound isn't that critical. There's noises, things are moving around in the forest. The smell is the bigger thing. So anybody doing it, if you don't know, have the wind in your face always. Just follow the wind. The wind's at your back, you're going the wrong way. Turn around and put the wind in your face and just use that because they're going to smell you long before they hear you or see you. So I utilized that and ended up getting me one and on to the next.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, we're cooking. Let's cold plunge again real quick.
Yeah, I buy a lot of books, and then I have like a bunch of books on my bookshelf, and I'm like, so I'm gonna read this. I am for sure.
Yeah.
But then I get something else, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta read this one first.
Well, before we get in the door real quick, I need a recommendation for a book that you just couldn't put down. Like it could be fiction, nonfiction.
So there's a couple. I really liked the book Pound the Stone. I was gonna bring it up earlier, but it's about like the consistency thing.
Okay.
And it's about sales too.
Okay.
And it's just written as like it's an allegory about like a kid who goes through like a sales program in high school who's just like messing up.
Is it fiction?
And it's fiction, yeah.
Okay,
but it's
cool.
written really, really good story, so it's very easy to read and follow. Like I read it fast.
Yeah.
And very good one too.
Okay.
And there's just like really good lessons in it as well.
Yeah.
So that's a huge recommendation, Pound the Stone. And then my favorite book that's like it's a historical fiction is Gates of Fire.
Okay.
Bro, so good. It's Stephen Pressfield, Gates of Fire. It's
Oh, yeah.
written about the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Cool.
It's a story. It's written as like I can't remember the dude's name, but like they told it in the 300 book. It's like the guy who ends up like giving up, like telling the story to the to
Persians?
everybody,
Yeah.
to the Persians and everybody. Well, this is written as a guy telling the story to Xerxes, and he's like telling the story of like after everything.
Okay.
But he's like telling the story, and it's written as like these like stories that he's telling to Xerxes, and it starts off with like his early life, him like training with the Spartans and like learning and like growing with the Spartans and like, but it's not like glamorizing super heavily. It's very like they treated him like shit, like, you know, and it's like it's really good.
Okay.
It's super captivating.
Gates of Fire.
Yeah.
And Pound the Stone. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it was like two vastly different books. Gates of Fire is more just like a pleasure read. Pound the Stone's like a self-development kind of read, but also like just a good story.
Yeah. And I ask is once I like read one book that I'm like I can't put down.
Yeah.
I'm like looking for the next one.
Yeah.
And just getting into that habit because I've gotten into a bad habit of just like on my phone or watching TV or whatever like BS that I know I need to stop doing, but need something to just draw that away. So cool.
Yeah, I kind of cycle through like I'll have like 3 or 4 books going at once until one catches me.
Yeah.
And like really pulls me in, and then I'll finish that one, and then I'll still be in the other ones, and I'll kind of like teeter away at them until one just like takes me away again.
Yeah. Okay.
That's usually how like I'm weird ADHD where I like have to have a bunch of things going on, or else
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into the duel.
Yeah.
So we got the duel that's happening between Aries PV, formerly Grey Wolf, and Aries East Mesa. So we're gonna have 10 matches.
9?
9.
You told me there was 9.
There's
weight
9.
classes.
There's 9 weight classes. Yeah, but we can do 10.
Yeah,
we
we
can
do
do 10.
I was told
women's
10,
and
Yeah,
we're gonna do 10. So
cool.
so it's gonna be based on weight class. So we'll have women's and men, but probably like depending on how many women sign up or want to do it, maybe like 3 or 4, and then we'll fill out the rest of the men's group depending on how many we have for that as well. So and we don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. We've got probably half the people we need for Aries PV right now. So anybody listening who wants to do that, please hit me up. Luke doesn't have social media, so message me.
Same thing with East Mesa. Any of you guys who want to do it. I mean, some of you guys I'm going to tell you to do it.
Yeah.
But a handful of you guys, if you guys want to do it, come to me.
Start telling people to do it.
Yeah,
for real though. I mean, like some of these guys, like, you know, especially like got the guys who have expressed desire to compete but haven't signed up for a competition.
Yeah.
Like they're getting
This is a perfect
they're getting hey
go
bud,
get
you're
nudge.
gonna go do this one.
Well, here's what's gonna happen: win, lose, or draw. It's gonna be so much fun, and some people are gonna get really nervous, specifically because of the dual format, where it's all eyes are on you. You're representing your side, but just get past that and let that be a part of it. But it's there's nothing more exciting than a team duel, dude. In combat sports, it's so much fun.
And remember, we're all on the same side at the end of the day.
For
like,
sure.
We'll finish the match, and you guys are still teammates. Like, we still all compete. When we compete for the same score.
Yeah.
Like, there's a team score, like a school score, but there's the association score, and we're all the same association.
Right.
So,
but we should enjoy the competitive part.
Absolutely,
of it.
be competitive.
Don't let the nerves of it all ruin it for you, because, like Steve said, at the end of the day, we're all on the same side.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm trying to remember. So for wrestling duels, right? We'll probably do the same scoring concept where it's like 6 for a fall.
Yeah.
So for a submission, team's gonna get 6 points. This is team scores. And then for a decision win, 3 points. Mm-hmm. And then I think there was like
there's tech. So there's like 4 or 4 or 5.
Well, I guess we're just kind of the 2 then.
Yeah.
Though, so
it'd be like
fine.
Decision or maybe like we could do major decision kind of thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like you win by points,
Win
and
by
the other
10.
ones if it's a ref decision.
There's major and minor.
Okay.
So you have like you win by anything.
decision,
Let's say like
minor
anything
decision.
less than 6.
Uh-huh.
You're a minor decision. Ref's decision maybe 1 point, 2 points
Yeah.
for like a minor decision, and then 3 points for a major.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that would be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That'd be
because
good.
that gives people an incentive to score more.
We need to
instead
get
of-
one of those little flip cards that they have
Yeah.
at the sides of the tables.
Bro, we probably get one for like $12 on Amazon. or
Yeah,
something.
for sure. Yeah, we'll deck it out. We'll make sure it's well
We can
oiled.
We can do that on a computer screen. Just set a monitor up and
Yeah, you probably got a flip thing that'll do.
But
it.
so everybody get excited about this. Start hitting up Dana and Steve and get on that list. And we need backups in each weights, because we're gonna set the date, and then inevitably somebody's not gonna be able to make it. So the more the merrier on this thing, and then.
And
obviously,
I'll put out in the chat to everybody what weight classes we don't have like lots of people for, which is a lot of them. But that way you can look and see. Hey,
I would just
can
accept
motivate
as
you.
many as you can.
And we're going to, We'll say
And
anybody sign up, but hey, we really need these.
Shit might happen. Somebody might know.
Yeah, and then people will be down to like just go. We'll mess some weights up a little bit. You know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it won't be in. Yeah. I'm cooking there.
Get another one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's gonna be a fun comp.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Flip a coin or whatever. But we're gonna do gi or no gi at one gym, and then vice versa at the other.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
So
and
all
then we
gi.
have like some of the different people
All
too.
gi.
Some of the people who signed up who didn't get to go at the gi one can go at the no gi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where people can pick their preferences if it comes down to it. Guys like Billy. Billy's
Yeah.
only gonna want to
He'll
do no
do
gi.
no-gi only.
But yeah, we have a handful of guys who would be no gi only too. So
Yeah. Nice.
but yeah, it's gonna be super fun, and it'll just be like you said, just a good chance for like
Standing room only, like a
guys-
cockfight.
yeah.
It's gonna be everybody huddled around.
it's just gonna be a chance like one thing I'll say for anybody who hasn't competed, who's like listening to this, who's wants to do it, like you're gonna get nervous, and like, you know, for me at least, part of it is like I'm like I don't want to lose in front of my friends and let people down.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just reassure you that nobody fucking cares.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
Like you feel that way, and then you do, and everybody's like, dude, that was a fucking sick job, dude. Like you did great, and you're like, what?
Yeah. I lost.
I
Yeah.
lost, and they're like, dude, but you got out there and
Right.
you did it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's
Well,
about like being out there.
It's the same thing. Even if you win, guess
Yeah.
what?
Nobody
cares.
gives
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
You get the medal, they're like, good job, dude.
Yeah.
Nice work.
No, it's nice. It's nice,
Yeah.
and hopefully they're happy for you. But nobody remembers like any of our records
Right.
from whenever
Yeah.
or wherever. You know what I mean? It's just not, nobody gives a fuck. So
Yeah.
take solace in that it doesn't matter either way. So
It's
Yeah.
the same thing in pretty much anything. It's like people, like we get so, and this kind of ties into that, but it's like we get so tied up with like what does everybody else think, and you're spending so much time like glamorizing it that like in reality they're all thinking the same things in their head. They're like, what is everybody going to think about me?
Well,
and like at the end of the day, it's like they don't care.
Yeah.
I will say this though, and this actually is a good thing to hear. The only times that my coaches have been disappointed in me, or I feel like I've really actually let somebody down in competition, is when I don't try my hardest.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you go out there and you give it your all, then nobody can say shit.
Yes.
They cannot. It doesn't matter what they say. If you did your best, you did your best. So, yeah, there is an opportunity to, get some shit from people, but, you can avoid that, because it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It just matters, your effort.
Yeah, you're going to be your own biggest critic for sure. And I've experienced that. There was a competition I had where leading up to it, I didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to just stay home. I have no interest. I went there, and even going there, I'm just like, I don't care. I just want to get this over with. It didn't help. I was starving, trying to make weight. And I was like, it was bad. And it went over, and I was pissed at myself, not because I lost. I was pissed because I just went in with a bad mindset. And I lost because of the bad mindset. So, yeah, it's just go in to have fun.
Yeah, the more you can get out of your own head, the more fun you'll have.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what this is about too. It's giving you guys an opportunity for if like you do have the intention or the desire to compete. Like, this is like the base level. This is like where you can get your feet wet. You can get those nerves are good. Like those are good things to have.
Yeah.
If you don't have nerves, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, honestly. Like, I've never not had nerves.
Right.
I've never. I'll lie to people and say I don't have nerves, but I have them.
Oh yeah,
I for sure have them.
Yeah.
They're there. You're nervous. I'm nervous even after like, I'll be on my 5th match in, and I'm like, damn. Why am I looking around trying to find the guy who I'm going against next, trying to size him up, And like, it's always forever. You're going to have nerves, but it's good. It means you're human.
Yep, for sure.
The bullpen, baby.
Yeah. Well, on that, you did your first competition again in years, right?
Yeah, a couple years,
Yeah, at Master Worlds.
I did two. I did American Nationals as well.
Okay, cool.
I lost at American Nationals. Yeah, it was a good match. Had fun. It was like, really like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I can compete at this level.
Yeah.
And then, I did Worlds a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, in Vegas. Yeah, nice.
It was fun.
Hell yeah.
It was a good one. Had some good matches.
How many did you get?
I had 4.
4?
Oh, yeah. Went 3-1.
Hell yeah.
One match out from the
blood round.
Yeah, one match out from medaling, but it was it was a really good match. Good dude. Went on to take second. Caught me in a wrist lock actually from a triangle. I tried to swim my arm out. It was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Super fun match. Like, I had a really fun time the whole time. I got to do some old wrestling stuff. Like, I had a Brazilian dude who didn't speak English, so I was like, give him a little mad dog, push him a little bit, ran back to the center and stared at him the whole way back in. Because I wanted to, like, he was running for me, so I was like, I want to make him mad.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It worked. Yeah, it was a good one.
I took his back.
Hell yeah. Good.
Yeah.
That was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it was funny because it was pissing me off. But that was I think part of why I lost my next one, because I used a lot of energy in that match.
Yeah.
Dude, I said from the time I went up there, it was like a huge mistake. I wrestled the whole time because I didn't have any jiu-jitsu really. But it was fucking exhausting, dude. It's one match after the next.
You're fast. It's fast.
Was it cold up there too this year?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They freeze that convention center.
It's so cold in that room.
Yep. Yeah. I had that was fucking tough, dude. And I just, because I was running all over the mats like crazy, and it was not a good way to. I did not have fun actually.
You have to actually, oddly enough, like there is a skill to IBJJF, like the bigger ones, and the skill is to actually play the points game, which sucks to say because I don't like it. But there is a skill to it because, like,
dude,
you have to know when to take your breaths and when to be calm and when to like not explode. Because you're about to go potentially like. I was like 21 minutes in by the time I got to my 4th match, and the guy was at like 4.
Right.
Because he had ankle locked everybody. And so like I was like, fuck, all right, I got to go after him.
Yep.
And I tried.
Yeah. And you went after it.
And that's the thing. is like you got to know when to conserve so you can, because you got another one coming. And my match between 3 and 4 was like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was right out. I like laid down in the bullpen and he came and was like, Steven? And I was like,
Yeah.
and I grabbed my water and I'm like trying to get the cap off and my fingers hurt so bad. And I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
happens.
dude. Good job, dude. That's
nice
that's
work.
a nice run at Vegas.
Yeah.
yeah. We'll get Nogi Worlds at the end of the year.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Heck
I'm
yeah,
sure I'll
man.
do that one.
November, right?
When is
December.
it? December.
December.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
yeah. I'm cooking.
Dead.
That was a good podcast, man.
Yeah,
that was
well,
great.
Steve
Thank
kicked
you
our
for
ass
coming
in
in,
here.
man.
thanks for showing us
That
how
was
to sauna, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
right.
man. This is great.
All right,
Well,
everybody.
let's
Thanks for
let's
listening.
hang on. Let's
Yeah.
finish off with some water on the rocks.
Oh,
we
right.
haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Already forgotten the
Burn ourselves.
Yeah.
protocol.
Do about a half.
I'm gonna squat down here.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Oh
good.
yeah, I feel that. Put me over here in the corner. Ha! Whew.
Are you coming in the morning?
No. I'm gonna go to Nogi Cabase tomorrow night.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's back.
That was a potent one.
Yeah, it was. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another episode of the Banya. We will catch you next time. Thanks, Steve. It's a
Love,
pleasure
peace,
as
meat, and
always.
cheese.
Peace.